The United States is set to lift a 3-year ban on selling offensive weapons to Saudi Arabia.
And this reversal of policy aims to strengthen ties between the two nations as tensions rise in the West Asian region, particularly after the October 7th attack on Israel by Hamas.
Now, the State Department confirmed that it would end the suspension on certain air-to-ground munitions sales to Saudi Arabia, allowing future transfers to be considered on a case-by-case basis. The ban was originally imposed in 2021 as part of the Biden administration's effort to pressure Saudi Arabia to end its involvement in the Yemen war. The conflict led to significant civilian casualties and left 80% of Yemen's population dependent on humanitarian aid.
The Saudis may seek high-value items like precision-guided munitions. These were previously approved under President Trump. Congress had objected to those sales. They might also buy less lethal equipment. This could include armored personnel carriers. They may also replenish basic ground-to-ground and air-to-ground weapons.
However, opposition to arms sales has lessened due to changes in the Yemen conflict and the evolving geopolitical situation. Since a UN-led truce in March 2022, Saudi airstrikes in Yemen have stopped and cross-border attacks from Yemen into Saudi Arabia have largely ceased. The decision to resume weapons sales is part of a broader strategy by the US to enhance cooperation with Saudi Arabia, especially in the wake of recent Middle Eastern turmoil.
Among the defensive weapons sales to Saudi Arabia, the Pentagon stated in November 2021 that it had approved missiles and an anti-ballistic defense system sales to Saudi Arabia. The United States also sent Patriot missiles in the year 2022. These were deemed by US officials to be defensive in nature. The Biden administration also maintained backing for the Saudis to receive a terminal high-altitude area defense system. This was first approved in 2017 to counter ballistic missile threats.
The US and Saudi Arabia are also negotiating a defense pact and a civil nuclear agreement with the broader goal of normalizing relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel. However, this remains a challenging objective amid heightened regional tensions. The US hopes that by resuming arms sales, it can bolster Saudi Arabia's defenses and maintain stability in the region during this volatile period.
And for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report. Let's listen to this.
The Biden administration has decided to lift the ban on selling offensive weapons to Saudi Arabia, reversing a 3-year-old policy which was aimed at pressuring the kingdom to end the Yemen war. Now, this decision comes at a time where Saudi Arabia has met its commitment, including a truce with Houthi rebels in Yemen and reduced airstrikes. Congress has been briefed on this decision, which could lead to the resumption of the sale of weapons as early as next week. Now, the move is definitely seen as a shift in U.S. policy, and because of the increased turmoil in the Middle East and efforts to normalize Saudi-Israeli ties, it seemed to have made sense. The administration cites improved conduct in Yemen and the need to counter Iranian influence. Now, it's important to note that any decision that President Biden makes at this point as a lame duck president won't seem to have much of an effect on the upcoming U.S. presidential election in November. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION The World.